right, Jerky John, good name right there, buddy, requested Newt Scamander. So we're doing our best from Fantastical Beasts. So we're gonna get started with his head. So we're gonna make it a round head. So we're gonna start from one side. Just make a round dome. You wanna do this lightly. I'm doing it hard so you guys can see. Then you're gonna bring it down and then stop, make them about the even, you know, goo-goo-doo. This one's a little bit lower. Now you're gonna put the chin in. So it's gonna come down, down, and then give it a chin, okay? All right, so we're gonna go across, down the middle, best we can, and then go across. So on that line is we're gonna do the eyes. So we've got his eyes just gonna be like making a rainbow, but don't go all the way to the edge on this side. And this is a piece of his eye, and then that's gonna go down and then make it just come up a little bit, okay? And then we're gonna put his eyeballs in there, his shinies, so we give him 2 shinies. 1 shiny, 2 shinies, going really hard for the pupil, and the rest can just be a little bit lighter. And I'm putting a shadow, a little shadow underneath a little bit. And underneath that, we'll come back to that. So let's do this side. We're making it, don't go all the way across. Do it. I gotta get the name of that thing, the body part. All right, so we're gonna, ooh, this eye is definitely a little bigger by accident. I need to bring that down a little bit. All right, put the eye in there. 2 shinies, we have 1 shiny, 2 shinies. And then you wanna color that in like that. And you give it a little shadow in there. Okay, so he's got the crease line. This one you can't see because the hair is gonna be in the way. Okay, halfway down, we're gonna put where his nose is. Well, not halfway, partly down. Then we've got his mouth. Okay, and we will sketch in, so we can erase this center line. We don't need this anymore. So we can put more details in. What else do I know about him? So Newt Scamander, his full name is Newton Artemis Fido Scamander. What? That's quite the name. Okay, so his lips, he's got the little bow part here. Bring it down. Do it lightly because he's a boy. We don't want it to be too, I'm gonna probably erase some of that. And then we have his bottom lip here, okay? So I'm gonna erase some of this just so it doesn't look too overpowering. And then the upper lip, I'm lightly gonna color it, shadow it, and then I'm gonna go across the bottom a little more. The bottom one, I'm probably just gonna use my finger to put in there, but at least that's the start. And then he's got this chin crease right there, okay? It's not looking like it, but we're gonna get there. Okay, so we have his ears. So we only see part of it, but we're gonna put his ears in here. And I looked at the shape of his ears. They're very interesting. They're kind of like pretty boxy right there. So that centerpiece. All right, we'll do this side. Come in here at the crease. Okay. So for the hair, it's gonna go up and over. So we're gonna go quite a bit over. We're gonna go all the way out here, and then he coming down like this, going all the way to the eye. And then on this side, it's gonna come down. It's already there. That's like his side hair right there, okay? And it looks like alien-y. Then you wanna do some waves in here. A little filling out. And then we'll do the up part. So it's a little big, make some waves. A little fling, 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 and it's gonna come in. Okay, so now we can erase this part. We don't need anymore. And we're just gonna bring this across. So now you can start putting in some hairs. So I put in lots of hairs. So you're gonna make them thicker. I'm just showing you how I did it here. Some extra hairs that are just flinging out here. And you're gonna make, so let's say for instance, let's make this one thicker. So some are gonna be thicker, some are thinner, and then you're gonna kind of rub it in with your finger to make it so he has darker hair. So just keep going with that. Use your finger, and if you want, you can smudge that in there. Add more lines if you need be. All right, so he's looking a little, needing an eyebrow. So we're gonna put an eyebrow in here. Pretty straight right there. And it has a little hook to the end here. So we're gonna color in that eyebrow and then give it a little extra something here. And then underneath it's a little bit more, right in the middle. And then now we're gonna put the shadow in there. So he has a bottom line right here. It's pretty thick. And it very lightly aligned here, but we'll probably make that more shadows. Okay, so we're gonna shade this in. Get some more shading. So I'm shading around the lid, and then you can shade a little bit right here. It's looking a little young. He needs to look older than this. Okay, I'm gonna take my finger, rub this in there, give it a little more color. Okay. So let's do his nose. So down here, we're gonna put his nostril in. This is the bottom of it. Then he's got the side of his nostril. And his nose is kind of a rounded square, and he has like a lump going on here. Gives him some character, right? And then you can shade in a little bit darker right here. We're gonna put some shade under the nose right here. We don't want it to actually see lines, so we're just gonna do some more shading to see if we can blend that out. I'm gonna make it darker around here. What else do we know about him? Okay, he published Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them in 1927. And by the time Harry Potter got to Hogwarts, it was in its 52nd edition of printing. Woohoo! So it had been printed long before and very successful. I'm gonna work a little more on his eyebrows. Let's give a little more oomph to those eyebrows here. Okay. So I think over here, we're gonna make this a little thinner. Yeah, it's a little too much. Well, now he looks like he's a cat girl. It's so hard to get this just right, you know? You do it once and you're like, oh, I gotta do it again. Okay, so let's put the underline here. And this is we're gonna shadow that in. His bags, he doesn't really have bags, but you know, the shadow underneath his eye. And He's got his nose there, his mouth. Okay, so we're gonna do some shadows. So by going like this and rubbing, we're gonna get some more color in here. And look at this, isn't that so awesome? Just take your finger where it's dirty and you just rub it and it gives it some color on there. Do his nose. Oh, this is actually dark hair right here. And if you want to lighten some spots up, you take your eraser. So on the nose, we're just going to give it some shinies. On the tip of the nose, see, give it some shinies, maybe a little shiny here, shiny along here. Touch under here, under its eye, maybe right there along here. Okay, I'm going to go in where the lips are a little bit harder, just where they come together, and then I'll fan out. This is his bottom lip. Not gonna have much there, but this is under it. Bottom area. Maybe I'll put a little extra chisel line in here. Okay, so let's do the rest of him. I just rub his ears in here. Okay, so let's do his neck. So this is where his scarf's coming out. So you're just gonna come right out of his neck area, and let's do the scarf on this side. Okay, so on that scarf, you're gonna round it, the lines on here, making rounded lines. And then we can come in here, make it darker under here, and this is going to be, it's like the knitting. So we're gonna do lighter on this one. As you come to the middle, make it super light. And this one's gonna be a little darker. And this one's gonna be lighter. Darker. You get my drift, right? Okay, so now we're gonna put in his shirt. So it's gonna come down where his chin is, stop, bring it back up, and this is where his collar is. We're gonna be putting a bow tie in there, but under here, I want you to make this really dark in here. Become a little lighter in the center, dark over here, and then get lighter. Good job. So over here, same thing. We're gonna put the lines. Okay, so let's come up here. This is gonna be darker. Lighter. Darker. What else do I know? How do we know that he's important? Well, he's an important guy because he has a chocolate frog like Dumbledore. So, you know he's kind of big stuff. Big stuff, dude. And he was named after Sir Isaac Newton. I think Isaac Newton was the one that discovered gravity. I think that's right. I should draw a picture on him. All right, we are almost down to the end of that one. All right, so then we're gonna do his bow tie. I want you to do a square here in the middle. Color that in. And then now we're gonna do the bow tie. So it's gonna come out like this. And then you're gonna color this in hard because it's gonna be a black bow tie. Okay, so do the same thing on this side. Come out, out, color a black bow tie. In there. Okay, so now we are going to do his vest. So it's going to come down like a V. And then this V is going to finish coming down. This is going to be the collar of the vest. Okay, and this is going to be a center line, and we'll put some buttons in here. And some buttons down here. Super job. And this will be a darker vest, so we're just going to color it in darker. Let me color this in dark too. If you want some shadows in there, let's come in with our finger. Make it a little, so it's not like pure white. We can come in and get our pencil in here and we can make it a little shinies in there so it looks like it's a white shirt. Okay, so for his collar, we're going to do, it's gonna come out of his ear. So it's gonna go out, in to here. Okay, same thing on this side. Out, in, and then his shoulders are gonna come down. All right, and this one is going to be dark. So you are going to color this in as dark as you can because he's got like a coat, dark coat. Okay, so I'm gonna say keep working on this so you get it just the way you want it, and I hope you like that. So see you guys in the next video. See ya.